Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Executrix, and welcome to Season 66, 3 vs 3 Grand Arena Championship, Week 2, Round 1 for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. My opponent is once again Aesop Rock, the captain. Starting off this week, I believe, at rank 2, but he's been like the longest standing rank 1 player ever, I want to say. And I am fighting him again. I just barely managed to be in this bracket. When I was looking at the leaderboard, the guy that I fought in the middle of last week that was the cheater that got banned, he was still on the leaderboards and it was showing me at rank 9. So I thought between that and whatever Erodiums came in, I'd be lucky to be in bracket 2. But I guess nothing else disturbed it, and that guy was subtracted out, bumping me just in. So I am just barely hanging on in there, man. Anyway, it's fun. It's good. Yeah. I'm not responding to some of those requests in chat. I do need to turn the chat log on, though. Fair. All right, what do we got here? Hey, Ryan, Sheepdog, Jay Chung, good to see you. Bazinga, River Phoenix, Botafogo. Good mix out there. Love to see the patrons showing out. Appreciate yous. Love everybody showing out, but you know. All right, let's go ahead and get ready for the comparison. The prediction, rather. So we went 2 or less, 3 or more, yeah? I gotta go something like 1 or less, 2 or more. I gotta go something like that. I think that's the fair way to do it today. Is it really? I was close. I mean, if I hadn't dropped on the Queen, that started the cascade. If I hadn't dropped on Queen, that was on track to one-shot the board. So I feel like it's not insane. Start that up. Down right about there. No music today. The music just coming back on, man. I always turn off the music just for the introduction. Calm down, damn. Glad you like the music. All right. Or we ride. All right, up against Aesop Rock once more. Rank 9. It says 9, but I think it's actually 8, right? So rank 8 fighting rank 2. 15.7 million GP to his 15.8. We both have 398 Zetas. My top 80 GP is 3.19 million to his 3.20. GAC Omicrons, we both have 78. And top 80 average speed, he's actually got me there. My 166 to his 171. Mod analysis, plus 25 speeds. My 272 to his 380. 20 to 24s, my 577 to his 673. Plus 20s, my 849 to his 1053. Plus 4% offense mods, my 249 to his 391. And my 6% offense mods, 86%. 86. My 6% plus offense mods, 86 to his 131. Relic analysis, total levels, my 2446 to his 2494. Relic 9's my 138 to his 158. Relic 8's my 140 to his 134. So good. Good. He's converted more. That's fine. That's fair. Hey, baby. Good to see you. Good afternoon. Yeah, the advantage of, daytime streams in the afternoon, we can get a lot more of the international fan base in here today. Appreciate seeing y'all. Good to see you guys. Hey, Solid. Sinister Laugh. Yes, boss battle. Indeed. Indeed. I see you there, Wamp. Feathers. Beezy. Wait, did someone legit dethrone Aesop, or is it an Erodium? No, Baby Yoda legitimately is in first spot right now. The Baby Yoda's another, guildmate of Aesop's there in Chromium. Fought him many times. Great player. Great player. Not surprised. You know, I myself have claimed the top spot within a season, but I think you'd all agree for keeps, for counting it for keeps, it's about where you finish the season. And so maybe Oda's got it for now. Nothing's guaranteed. We'll see. Hey, Trouble, good to see you. Beef, I could get used to streaming at this hour. You say that, but then I'd have to, not regularly have a day job at this time. So at any time you're willing to subsidize my salary, I'm open to it. I'm open to it. Hook me up with the sponsorships. Tell everybody you know that wants somebody to talk about Star Wars with a bald head and a top hat. Get those endorsement deals for everything that applies to. I Seeker, follow the channel. Appreciate you. Thank you. YouTube follow too. Appreciate it. Thanks, man. Yeah, yes, Shake. Yes, it is a stream you get to watch. All right, Datacron analysis. Total rerolls, my 336 to his 350. Okay. Relic, level 9 Datacrons, my 51 to his 56. 6 to 8s, I have 4 to his 2. And 3 to 5s, I have 4 to his 3. Whatever. DL comparison. Yeah, that fast ray, man. I wonder what's the dealio. Gotta remember to ask him. Dig this. Did he actually keep the same Lord Vader modding? Because this might still be Cere Malicos? I don't know. See. We'll have to see. It's still really freaking fast. Granted, it's, I don't know, 25k less health than mine, which definitely should make a difference. Damn, he's fast, right? All right. Jabba. 550. Big. Fast. 580 Leia, man. All right. What'd I miss? Livid. Appreciate you for the follow. Thank you kindly. Beef, want to see my... Yeah, Beef, you want to see my resignation on your desk in the morning? Okay, let's talk about it. You wanna cut the check to undergird a family of 3? We can make that work. All right. Are you the fast slacker? Yeah, fast slacker is the way for sure. What did I miss? Man, Bonji, you're just never going to stop mashing that button about the R9. I'm telling you, man, the fact that the last 2 or 3 runs of Duel of the Fates, it's just been double Gerdas. It's annoying. It bothers me. I'm a little bothered. I'm mostly mad at myself because what I made damn sure of is that I had Relic 9 Sidious for week 1 of this Grand Arena instead of holding on just another day, really, to have it for R9 CX2. So I'm mad at CG for not giving it to me on luck, the other 5 droid brains that I need, or just straight up selling them to me in time. But mostly I'm mad at myself. Hey, Beef, subscribe for 6 months, man. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. Back to the show. God, that Malgus. Okay. Yep. All right. Nothing else too crazy. Wow. Very fast Reva, too. All right. Head on over to the Omega Bot report. As far as attack times go, yeah, he's all over the place. He's not afraid to do it in bits and pieces. See that. All right, speed comparison wise, you'll be unsurprised to learn if you were here at the end of last week that he remains having this, these 2 big gaps on me. That's fun. We both have all the Omicrons, nothing to see there. I do believe he had 1 Erodium opponent, so these numbers are skewed. But he was generally doing better offensively than his opponents, myself included. Yeah. Oh, hey, what's up, Kylo? Good to see you, man. Ren, hi Task, good to see you live. Good luck. Yeah, it's good to be here. Good to be here. I like doing, daytime streams are nice. It's nice. Fun. I feel like I'm cutting into the European crowd. I know, I know Arj. He's a good friend, content creator, and a patron of mine, and is streaming right now. And I feel kind of bad, but I also need to be doing it now. So, like most of the time, I'm just doing it when it makes sense to do it. All right. Anyway, love you, Arj. Sorry. Gamer, hey, Tass, what's going on? Loon, what's up, man? Good to see you. Sheepdog, move to YouTube. Glad to multi-stream. Yeah, why do you prefer watching me on YouTube, Sheep? What's up with that? I'm curious. Go bring us glory, says Bloom. We'll see what I can do. All right, defenses set by Aesop last week. Queen Amidala. He had multiple opponents. Just eat dirt on it. Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano. He was setting. People were dropping on Hondo, the Nest, Lord Vader, Saw, Reva, Tuskens, Treya, Fugitive Omega, Malgus, Cere Malicos, Ray, Swallow Eggs, C-Watt. Yeah, that happened. Blacker sometimes. Great Mothers, Bane. Okay. All right. Executor, Leviathan, Malevolence. Fair. Not surprised. Someone keeps gifting me. Yeah, you know what? I appreciate you gifting the sub out, Whitefly. Thank you. Gifting one out to Livid. But it's probably Nomads. You may have missed it. It was a couple weeks ago now. But the last time Nomads popped in, I honest to God think he dropped something like 500 subs in one go and some biddies besides. You guys, a few of you chipped in and made it a hype train, and it went to level 22 almost immediately. So awesome. It was an amazing episode. YouTube has way less ads and are skippable after a second. Not multi-minutes of unskippable ads like Twitch. That's good to know, Ninja. Yeah. Yeah, I think I have the standard amount of ads on, which again, default stuff. Change anything. All right. Opinion on the new Conquest. You mean the new unit, Smee? Thematically, Smee is the only character from that pirate show that I can't remember its name. I can never keep it in mind. But you all know which one I'm talking about. It was a show meant for kids, and I have to keep that in mind. Because aside from Smee, it was a pretty forgettable show. Smee is the only character of worth to me in the entire show. I'm sorry. Maybe that'll be a hot take for you Jude Law fans. But sorry, not that he didn't do a great job of acting the character. It's just the character was crap. It's not his fault. He acted he was a bad dude thinking that he was a reasonable dude. In an otherwise fairly absurd story that, again, is meant for little kids. It really felt like if you have a kid whose age is something teen, it's probably too old for them. So something 12 and under feels like what that show was for. To me, was a dope character, though, and was legitimately the only real piratey pirate that we saw. Jude Law did the pirate stuff, but didn't really walk the pirate thing, which, again, that's part of the appeal of the character, I guess. I don't know. Smee was a pirate's pirate, all right? You can call him SM33. I'm going to call him Smee because he was Mr. Smee. Yeah, Skeleton Crew. I can appreciate some folks liked it. I'm going to say I don't have a problem with more shows like that being made because at its heart, Star Wars is for the kids, and I know kids would eat that show up. I know if I had watched that with kids, if my daughter was interested in it and was interested in watching movies in general, which she is not, I'm sure she would eat that up. But yeah, nah. Yeah, Andor's been dope. I've only seen the first 3 episodes of the new season, so no spoilers, please. I have a couple friends that I group watch with and been having some trouble syncing schedules. I think we'll get to it tonight, but yeah. All right, enough about this. Defenses by zone. He was mixing things up a bit. Always appreciate that. Fugitive Omega, Malgus were generally reliably bottom front. and then some mix of 1 or 2 GLs, something like Baylan or Aphra or Malgus besides. Something like that. If you want to go to sleep, watch Andor. It really depends on what you want. Like I like that it's half Rambo and half political thriller from the inside of the Empire. Like I can't remember her name. I don't remember either of their names, but the 2 Imperial officers, right? The woman who, of course, we yeah, again, I guess I shouldn't talk spoilers myself because I have seen at least the first 3 episodes, so I don't know who hasn't. But yeah, the one female Imperial officer and her immediate supervisor, the gray-haired dude. Love those characters. She's my favorite, though, in the whole show because she is the epitome of what I see like a very capable, ambitious Imperial officer to be. Like, she is the exact Imperial officer you should be afraid of. She's no middleweight lieutenant that's, risen on bravado and a couple lucky moments and is otherwise an incompetent blob wearing a hat with his hands behind his back, hands clasped. She's the real deal. She's a bad lady. Daedra Miro. Yeah, Daedra. Bad lady. Don't want it. Krennic, you know what, Kylo? I'll take you on that. Yeah, I'm not going to talk specifics. I'm just talking that I like certain characters. I like what I see of Krennic. I'm not going to talk about specific events. I don't think it's a spoiler to tell people that Krennic would have been alive in this period prior to the events of Rogue One, so not going to blow your mind there. But yes, I like the depiction of Krennic in the show better because I get to see him more as less of an incompetent blob, say. Yeah. Yeah, there's no spoilers, Plune. I'm not going to talk any specifics. You already knew Daedra Miro existed. You didn't see her die in season 1. You knew she was there in season 2. So speaking on a character's existence is not a spoiler, I think. Andor, you think is the best series they've made yet, Bomber? I don't know. I don't know if I'll have to see how I think of it at the end. All right. Too early to say for sure. All right. Offense used by Aesop Rock, Leia, Bane, Darth Revan, Jabba, Sidious, Qui-Gon Jinn, Boss Nass, yep, CLS, Wampa, Baylan, Gas, DTMG, Dash, BKM, Mother Talzin, Lion of Django, and JMK Cap. And then a bunch of other stuff as needed. Negotiator, Executrix, and Profundity on offense, fleet-wise. And what did he drop on last week? Cere Malicos, Starkiller, fair. Trench Watt, Lord Vader, Grey Swallow, Ahsoka with Nest, Malgus, and an Executor. That was mine. All right. Now, I know sometimes I'm not great about keeping up with the chat, but that whole prediction phase was drawn out because you guys want interactivity. So there you have it. How many drops will TAS have? 1 or less said 34%. 2 or more, 66% of the crowd. Fair. A Black 90, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, you like Diego Luna? I think so too. I saw his little interview that he gave the other day saying, he really loved the show. It's always one of those things where it's like he loved what he was doing. He can appreciate that it went out when it did because it was kind of a high note. Loved acting out the writing, and oh my God, again, no spoilers here. The writing of this show. It's not just the writing though, right? Like the writing sets the stage, but it's the direction that demands the subtlety from the actors, the eye movements, the expressions, the way the silence is filmed and the camera captures the moments that aren't just boom and bang. Like amazing storytelling. and then again, you have folks like Kylo in the chat who feels like it's a snooze fest. It depends on what you're looking for in the show. If you're looking for more of the boom bang of Star Wars, you're not wrong to look for that. Star Wars is known for that. Wrong with that. But yeah, like that balance between, and oh man, I can't talk. I want to talk more. But I can't, because now I'm tempted to get into it and I can't. All right, so yeah, let's talk about the board. All right, Aesop has gone ahead and cleared all but 2 teams, and spoiler, he's just waiting on those, for drama. But yes, he's definitely done more than courtesy would ask by clearing the bottom front zone. So thank you, Aesop. Appreciate you. And let's go ahead and talk about my defense. Top side, I set Saw, Luthen, and Krex. So here's the thing. He's got Dabod Fennec, and there's really no composition of it that's going to stop. No composition of Saw that's going to stop that. He liked doing that last week. I expected he would do that. And let me see what he got there. $55 banners. So, chipped off a bit of protection, I suppose. Lord Vader, Oppo, CX2. Dig this. I do have the bulked out Lord Vader. I also re-rolled the crit damage away on my Kron. So it's a huge stack of armor penetration and about 33% health to further bulk out the team. Nevertheless, one shot for 57 banners. Neat. All right, Tuskens. That was, I want to say, his 59. Yeah, so that's Sidious. Judiciously applied. No worries there. Queen Amidala, Master Qui-Gon, Padawan Obi-Wan. I switched up the Kron, put on high armor penetration, set 20, light side turn meter, and that was a 55. And then, of course, Fugitive Omega, Crosshair, and Mercenary Wrecker. I decided to put the Crosshair Kron with him this week. I had it elsewhere, I want to say with Ahsoka or something last week. Get there. Where are you? Friend? Did I miss writing this one down? Embarrassing. I guess probably a 57. Let's just, let's take a guess on it. Let's say he JML'd. All right, bottom front. Freya, Nihilus, Savage. 53 banners. So JKR, almost gone bad type of thing. L3 Hondo Nest was 54 banners. So little nibbles here at the edges. All right, I set Kelleran, Jocasta-Nu, and Zaris. I kind of struggled about this, whether or not to set Shock T, who I do have very fast, like 357 fast. But did that necessarily constitute a bigger threat? I wasn't sure. So I might try it again, with Shock later in the week. Nevertheless, it was a 53. Not bad. I could have easily posted something that he would have 57'd. Not mad at it. Whitefly says, I like the world building in the show. I like seeing normal people going about their lives under a gigantic oppressive regime. I appreciate, this is one of the shows where you have, an A plot, B plot, even C plot. Because it's, the moments are very significant, but it's easy to overlook, all the stuff with Mon Mothma, Luthen, and all that stuff in the story. When you're thinking about everything else going on. The fact that all of the plot angles of the story are significant. And we don't feel, they feel separate right now. And of course, I imagine the writing will eventually intertwine them, by the time the series wraps up. But yeah, man, like nothing feels most of the time when I'm watching something with A, B, C plot, I'm waiting for the B and C plot parts to be over so I can get back to the A. No, not with this show. I'm enjoying all of it. Scribe, hey, what's going on, man? Good to see you. How you doing? Solid matchup? Yeah, you can't ask for better than fighting the quality of somebody like Aesop Rock. So tough to ask for a better quality match. Phoenix says, found Jocasta to be pretty disappointing with Beck and Shock. Got a 57, so I think you made the right decision. Okay, yeah, I appreciate that. I think this makes a case for me to still maintain 4 health primaries on Xeris, but now I really want to seek out high speed so that her 10% passive turn meter gain really produces value. Something to focus on for week 3, but maybe not a concern by the time we get the full team with new mace and all that. Get a C boost like we're going to get with Lord Vader and the Dark Side clones. A Sith Eternal boost. Yeah, it's interesting that we don't think of Bane really like that, do we? But I've used him outside of GAC effectively as the 2-man. I've done it in TB and stuff like that. Brad, do you like the new Conquest? Oh, is that what you guys meant when you were asking me? Because I thought you were asking about the new unit. I didn't even look at the new Conquest. It doesn't matter to me. It's all the same stuff. I'm not going to sit here and act to you guys like it's going to be difficult for me when I have all the toys, right? Like I'll either waltz through it or like all sane people, I will allow Bit Dynasty to save me because Bit Dynasty will save us all. If you are, that's something I've relied on for years now, is if I've ever been lost on a galactic challenge, on a conquest feat. No disrespect to Scribe or any of the other content creators putting out their own things. Just Bit Dynasty was the one I first found and first attached to, we'll say. Spectre in the Sector 1 feats looks like an easy skip. Okay. All right. Dig that. Fair. All right. So anyways, back to the score recounting. So yeah, Treya, he got the 53 against, 54 there on L3, 53 again on the Kelleran. Bam, 57. And then on Malgus, Malik, BSF, 57. Just crushing it, right? Only a few non-57 so far. No drops, yeah? Guess what? Also no drops. So this is shaping up to be nice. Neat. Fantastic. So yeah, I decided to do the anti-BKM composition of Ahsoka. This is just a bulk prawn. So I think that bulk is better for giving some life to her. Although admittedly it's not much when you have a Darksider in between. I don't know. It didn't cost me anything to set this cron, and it's got great stats. So why not? Then we have Aphra BT1 000 untried. Yeah, I was disappointed with how it felt to use her on offense, knowing that he's probably not setting a Jabba. And if he does, I still have Night Sisters. I think I could probably hazard it. Nevertheless, I'm hoping that this does something because he's dropped nothing so far. So this feels pretty grim, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Against JMK, let's see here. Yeah, it feels new to me, green to me, setting JMK on defense, but not great. It doesn't feel good. He got a 54, so that's almost certainly BKM. Maybe Reva. Reva would probably be something like that as well. Leia Drogon R2 got busted down for 57, and then Rey Swolo Exile Ezra with the Heracron, the very same setup he put up against me last week. I decided to test his metal with it in the back, and for all that, 56. So, neat. Now, in the fleet zone, we had Executor Triple Attacker, same composition as last time, although it does appear that Hound's Tooth came out, and I expect that last time Boba came. Now, the fact that he ended up dropping, and then He ended up dropping again, and it took him 3 shots last time to get through. It was cool that Houndstooth was there to get called in subsequently. It is unfortunate because in this case, because I think it's better that Boba comes in. More dangerous for Leviathan. And why do I say Leviathan? Because he got a 70. It feels like a Leviathan score. Against Malevolence, with triple Geos out front, Hyena, Vulture on the bench, only Hyena managed to come out. That was a 73. Radis can achieve that. And then you have Profundity with, Phantom, Ghost, and Cassian on the bench. And he got a 70 there as well. So a couple nibbles, not anything sub 70, but it's all right. All right, Scribe, he did well versus Ray Ezra. Yeah, he did. Not my favorite, but here we are. All right, let's talk about his defenses. Top side. We've got Riva, GI, and Era. Oh, I'll have to look into that. What does that? I have to know. Yeah, there's going to be very, very few. Now, Dear Malico's Star Killer is a 57. That's interesting. I mean, it's a huge concentration. Still. Okay. Serious applicants only need apply. I take the point. Fair. Lord Vader, CX2, Oppo, with his Kron. Still high damage, high armor penetration. Is this modding true to form? More or less. It looks like he added a lot more health, but worked on maintaining reasonably high offense. Still crit damage triangle? No, it is health. He did. So what is that? So he decided to keep the set types. Just decided to forego the full bulk there. And decided to get maximum life total possible out of these otherwise fast mods. Yeah, see? Lots of life total. So when the primary that you're going for is health, if you're looking for survivability, like Fatal had said, the most recent plotting and scheming was saying, you're going for the percent protection then on a health primary, or opposite if you were going protection primary, So when you're looking for survivability like that. But when you're looking at the non-bulk primaries, like Diamond and Square, you're looking for the best mix with respect to anything else, like in this case, speed. All right. Hondo L3 Nest. Yeah, man. Choked on that a little bit last week, so hopefully not today. Saw Luthen, Bodhi, and then Trench, Newt, and with the Dooku Crom. Good one. All right, bottom front, where the games begin. Baylan, Shin, and Mercenary Hunter. All right, Ahsoka Tano, Al, and Watt next with a bulk run. Oh, it's Tank Revive. Okay. All right. Queen, Master Qui-Gon, Padawan, Obi-Wan. Hello, Darkness, my old friend. This is the one that put me out last time, man. Aphra BT1 with the Afracron. We meet once more. Last time he did set it with Chrysanthemum, and Sidious took it out expeditiously. With this edition of 000, you get Torture, and it is very possible to lose that, so I don't think I'm going to attempt. Malgus, Malik, and Savage, bottom front. Nasty bit of business. All right, so who do I want to take on first? What do I have written on? Gee. Yeah, JML should still work. Um, wouldn't matter the way he. Trying to think about this. I have written JML, Hoda, and Jedi Cal, but I feel like Jedi Cal's excessive. Yeah, see, 55. Right. Yeah, it just has the highest win count 'cause using it that way. Yeah, JKL, I could feel that. So what's that? JKR, Jedi Cal, Lee remaining. Nice with Grandmasters. Shock feels like it has the best band. I think that's what I'm gonna go for. Try and save Jedi Cal. Because I remember doing this last season. And I didn't use shock, so I've got this really fast shock T that I wasn't otherwise using, right? No skin off my back. All right, Striker, that Baylan comp is anti-Sidious. They've not, but they've done a hot fix, so regular Baylan is now immune to the instant defeat from 5 dots. Good to know. Good to know, Striker. Appreciate that. So the fun begins? Yes. Yes, it does. Well, I think, first of all, I'm just going to do Baylan myself here. We'll get around the revive. I struggled finding a great use for this last time. I ended up using it against Saw, but this week I have the dad bod set up myself, so I don't think I'm going to be caught flat-footed there. This one. All right, let's go. +2 versus Baylan was easy for me, but that was Kyber 3 with Macrons. Yeah, I would maybe have a little more pause myself if it weren't for the fact that that it did work for me last season. So, appreciate caution. I think we should be okay. He said moments before his doom. These are going to be some bulked out dudes, yeah? Let's keep us under stealth. I only want her getting hit. Can I hit someone else? Nope. Not today. Not today. Oh, yeah. So that means you're just going to pick up, aren't you? Okay, that's important. I think we'd all agree. We're going to have to do some real work to kill her, aren't we? Almost broke through the shield. I think we just did. Nope. Almost perfect, but not quite. Come on. Okay. I think that's it. Yeah. Get through now. Question is, who do we lose along the way? All right, 52 will do. Try not to have a lot of those. The one shot, though. This one, yeah, we're going to run JML. Now, I put my very finest protection cron on Jocasta. I'll have to look a little further down the line. I think that the turn meter is nice. I remember that being helpful. This cron I still want to keep for gas, to be. I don't want to blow that. The question is, how much is the turn meter worth to me? it wouldn't be an issue at all if Hunter weren't there to consider. I don't want him giving them any type of kickoff, so let's not be greedy, he said, running with a Kron that has kind of crap protection on it, but we'll see. Actually, ads just started, so we can take a couple questions while we're waiting. What do you guys want to talk about? Beezy asks, okay, was that the Kron or the team? Because wow. For what? The Baylan versus Ahsoka? A little of both. I think with the armor shreds that you would be applying anyway, you'd probably be able to get through her. But certainly all the defense penetration helps you get it done. And I think as the fight went on, there would have been an increasing chance of her just having the opportunity of chipping off one of the sides when they were at low health. So the Kron helps us get the fight down sooner. It's little column A, column B type of thing. Futura Freeze asks, could you please explain the Mandalorian in the leader slot aspect of Maul's leadership? So if Maul is in the leader slot, not the ally slot, the wording is confusing you. Okay. Which part is confusing you, Futura? Let us know and we'll talk about it. All right, yeah, boarding a flight, Beezy. Safe travels. See you on the other side. All right, we're back from ads. Roll. No ability block. Setting that in is unfortunate. You guys can just stop taking turns and shit. It's all the same. The spell. Point off. We must make her dead quickly. I do mean emphasis on the quickly. Great nukes. Duke-a-duke. Only he can ignore. Heal up before something else scandalous happens, or just do this and off that. Kill you here? Nope, not quite. We did do the cooldown setback. That does have worth something. Yeah, I guess like this for now. Yep, that's unfortunate shit that we can't do anything about. Not good. Not good. Tell you what, it's not good. Okay. Young man, I need you to go ahead and die. Stop it. 8. 8. I can't even assist call with you right now. Not good. It's not good. Be great to get you back under stealth, so I guess I have to do this. It's kind of annoying to have to. What it's worth. You're gonna nuke us into non-existence here in a heartbeat, aren't you? I feel like you're more dangerous. Fact moment. Probably false. We'll soon find out. Okay, that's good. Has to be the right move to heal here. Do the push for the sake of the added turn meter out. Oh my god, could you stop? Can I interest you in the fucking not portion of the show? Okay, had him the whole time. Anyone who tells you otherwise is a damned liar. 53 banners. Looking grim on the banners front, must say. Okay, we have choices. feel like DKM should be able to do it. Tenacity. Bulk, tenacity, health, armor penetration. Acceptable. Help resist their debuff related crap a bit. Remind ourselves, how does this work? Okay. Yeah. All right, Futurist says, like, with regard to who gains a stack of Mandalore, why wouldn't it just say if Maul's in the leader slot, he gains Mandalore? Like, what's the catch? I see. Interesting. So it just makes sense for them from a programming point of view to say that if Maul is in the leader slot specifically, then Mandalorians in the leader slot who will only ever be him get Mandalore. And that they feel is probably less constraining to them from a programming point of view than to write it in otherwise. I have to imagine. That's my guess. Pure speculation, but that's my guess. Mandalorian's in the leader slot. You know, he isn't asking about how Mandalore can be passed to an enemy Mandalorian or something. He's when a character with Mandalore is defeated, the character that defeated them gains Mandalore. Yeah, this whole effect depends on Maul being in the leader slot. It's the only way for this Mandalore thing to come out. So it can apply to enemies if they're the enemy that kills Maul. Yeah, they can get the Mandalore effect. Yeah. But the ability for Mandalore to even appear on the board is dependent on Maul being a leader in the fight. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Future. The enemy team has a Mandalorian in the leader slot. They also get a stack of Mandalore. Does it say that? I guess when it says Mandalorians in the leader slot, I interpreted that to mean in our leadership slot. I wouldn't expect that to apply to the enemy team, but if you're saying that you know it to be otherwise, then something to keep in mind. You see Mandalorians on defense, I guess. There. Okay, yeah, a couple of you saying that. Rock Gunner, Shake, both saying that. Good to know. I don't know that I ever run into that matchup, but fair enough. By the way, after the Lord Vader Maul Malgus last week, with my still protection modded, like bulked out for Lord Vader Maul, it worked, but it was just barely. It might work even better today, I guess, because I do have high health, high offense for Cere Malgus Maul, and Malgus is also like 12,500 offense as well. Nebleb says, I think they did it like that for lore purposes. Yeah, with the Mandalore thing, it's pretty random, right? Rare would be the circumstance where it matters. I guess it's kind of a fan service. I don't know. It nevertheless has a real combat implication. So if the Mandalorian faction were bigger, maybe you'd have to worry about that a little more often. All right, let's see how this goes. All right, just destroy me frickin' immediately, please. I need it. I need it so bad. I need it more than I've ever needed anything. All right, can't target anybody else. You're going to do... You've already done torture, so you're just going to do annoying shit in general. It'd be great if we could just have you go away. That was life number 1. Put them on fire or set the... Shit. I guess set this, and then come back, and then drop this. Yep, that was the smart thing to do. Now we get value for the product. Look at me thinking and everything. I could basic that off to get rid of the 3 stacks of translation, but again, it still feels right to just go after you, boy. All right, it's all in. By the time she gets around to her next cooldown set, we're going to be in serious trouble. I have to do this. Yeah, we still can't target her while any droid exists. Oh my god, did you just see that? Holy shit. That was terrifying. Cover health. All allies gain defense up. I guess the defense bad. Yeah. Christ, that was terrifying. Just do the basic here. Ow, what's the best move? We don't really have... I think I'll just basic here. Alright, now everybody comes back like an asshole. Yeah. No. Expectations. Bat. Nice, you actually called the right Mandalorian. My man, my G. Stop it. No. Okay, that wasn't the right Mandalorian. If we do the AoE right now, we won't gain our prod up, so we'll go with the one that at least should get debuffs down. Gotta just crush this droid quickly. Because then we get to roll her out. No. She said moments before dying. Had him the whole time, 54. Okay. So, Queen. Malgus. Last week we did a Jabba solo on Malgus. And then we didn't have it for Queen. So the question to ask ourselves is, if I were inclined to do Great Mothers here again, do I have the juice for it? I guess the health. You might say it would be easier than ever to kill this with Jabba, yeah? Because of the high health. I think we'd pretty much guaranteed blow them up. The banners do look bad. I don't know what to tell you, Shake. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. It's, not everything can be a priceless work of art out here. So, I cop to that. You got to think about what's back there. He's likely to still have a Sith Eternal something, Starkiller something. Be nice to keep these GLs somehow for the back. That would require... I don't know. I could use Bane here, but then I don't have Bane for some Slacker-related mess. If he 57'd my Lord Vader, that almost certainly seems like a Slacker gone right. Like where you get the killing blow, get that protection back because of the Omicron on Dark Ray, and then you end up with a 57. I don't see how you really do that otherwise. So there's Queen and then there's you. 2 options for this one. We could do the Jabba thing. We could do C. Again, it'd be nice to keep either of those. Also, Great Mothers could go here, actually. Now, we've done it before and lost up there. And I think not having enough health on the Kron was my main reason for that. But I wonder still if I want to worry about it. I mean, we really didn't. I'm just going to feel like a huge ass if he has this Queen built out with the health specifically to resist us here, and I just bungle it. When I think about it, it would be... If the goal is to still one-shot everything, I can Jabba the other one and just... Oh, I wonder if Mal... Oh, Oh, I have... DR Zalbar. You know, I guess I didn't really look up Queen. What's hot this season, boys? Not enough that it one-shots. It really needs to be smooth. Okay. Oh, yeah, man. See? I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, really? That's Marin. Interesting. Yeah, Lord. Yeah, there's your Jabba. Cere, really? Cere Malgus. Hmm. 2 minutes. 2 minutes for something of a brutal stomp. All right. Gas for 54, you say? Really? That's Gas Arc Echo at that. Ah? Really? Yeah. Well, it's not turn meter either. Yeah. No. Yeah, I didn't specify. I heard that. I did not specify. Yeah, I think we'll try it that way. All right. Great mothers it is. Yeah, hey, Avant, thank you for the follow on Twitch and on YouTube. Thank you so much. Futura Freeze says, is there a good fifth for BKM who can replace the old Bo-Katan? I know it's dumb, but I hate having duplicate characters on the same team. Have you asked me that question on YouTube? I've only ever had one other person ask me that before, and I think it was on a YouTube comment. But maybe Armor or Sabine, or is that a major nerf to the team? The biggest reason to bring Bo-Katan Kryze, so it's BKM and BKK. That's how I call them. So for BKK, the biggest reason to have her there is her unique that restores health and protection when Mandalorian allies are attacking out of turn, which means that you can restore banners offensively and end up with, perfect banners at the end of the fight. You can't get that any other way with that team. There's no means by which you can restore everybody's banners, have it come out even, have it come out capped off. So that's significant. If you're setting her on defense, maybe that matters to you less if you're doing that in 5 versus 5. But I don't really see BKM as a defensive team most of the time. I just don't see it. It was barely good enough as a defensive team when she got a bonus turn at the start of battle when she first came out, had a Datacron, all of that. So, to your question, is Armor good on the team? Of course, Armor is good on the team. Arguably, she brings a more dangerous aspect, right? She brings an additional source of armor shred. Beskar armor speaks for itself. It's a fine enough kit. It depends. Like, I suppose I would want armor for fights that I think are really dubious with BKM. If I actually think I'm going to get eaten up on it, maybe bring armor. Otherwise, I like keeping armor available for use with Sith Eternal most of the time, to be perfectly frank. And as far as Sabine goes, like Rebel Sabine, again, okay, but if you otherwise have Krex with an Omicron and you've got, your Phoenix characters, you're depriving yourself +1 team if you find yourself needing it. And if you don't find yourself needing it, I really have to ask, is what she brings to the team better than Beskar? Because she and Armor both have armor shred, which is okay. You get that AoE stagger from Sabine, but I don't know how much that matters. So, yeah. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, the Bo-Katan Kryze, I think, is the best one. So it might be a pain. It might be aesthetically displeasing to you, but in 5 vs 5, if you want the perfect banners, no substitute. Okay, yes, we said we were going to do Night Sisters on this. We're back from commercial break. What am I looking for? Dark Side turn meter, I would imagine, helps. Protection would be the best possible thing, right? Because when we fought this last week, that was the biggest pain in my ass. Yeah, you got me a Dark Side, though? No? Really? Not a Dark Side turn? This is the best you can do for me, eh? Health gives power to Malgus, so not entirely thrilled with that. How about this Dooku Crumb? It's something. It's something. Yeah, you're welcome, Futura. Hey, Caleb, what's going on? You always thought it'd be funny to see me do a free-to-play account. I just don't want to. I don't want to put in time to that. I'm such a perfectionist about stuff. I'd end up feeling compelled to spend the first dollar on optimizing something that I'm really close to, that I want, that I'm just out of reach for before the next lock for something or the next event that comes up. And somehow that ends up with me spending money on 2 accounts. I have to answer to God for the amount of money that I've spent on just this one phone game. Could you imagine having to explain doing it on 2 of the same game? Not me. Not going to be me. All right. Yeah, exactly, Shake. Like I don't trust myself. Feels like it's a good cron. The evasion's going to be helpful. I want to trust the system. Maybe I could do a light spending account. Why, man? Why would you want me to, man? That's the thing, man. Why would you want that? All right, we want to doom him because we want to chip at his max health. Buy me. Instant defeat. I don't have anything. Stun, turn meter reduction. I don't really care about that shit. I think I still want this on you. Let's move. Got a lot of work to do. Still trying to kill you first, I imagine. I would rather avoid... What's his name? If at all possible. Give him the basic. Just chop his max health straight out the gate. For a shot. Yikes. We're under stealth, so the AoE is not disadvantageous. He said momentarily, just before dying. I have to do this, so it would be better to... That's the one I want. Yes, that's fine. We're blinded. Not the best. Not the best. Really need you to... Yeah, there we go. That's what I needed. Yeah. How about that big hit? Yes, dodge me. I enjoyed that. Thank you. How about the basic? Let's... Because you got another dunk coming up, and I would prefer you having approximately 0 health. All the same to you. How about that big juicy hit? There we go. Yeah. There, no emphasis on that dunk. Nothing going on there. Okay, yep. That's them wee little baby Malik drains that we want to see. How about it? Can we finish the job here, yeah? 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes. Okay. Make ready for killings. Shake it. Get him, boys. Calm down. Need you to bulk up for me. What is this? I'd rather basic and just copy down. There's the armor shred, blind, all of it. Tenacity, I mean, if I stun him here, he's just going to free up. Yeah. Chop him down. Chop him down. Stun now. Yeah! 57. There we go. Okay. So Jabba here. Yeah. Yeah, you think it'd be fun? Phoenix? Yeah, I don't think so, man. Sheepdog says, Task must be at the top. He can't be at the middle or at the bottom. His goal is always to be number one. That's right. Ash Ketchum shit. Out here trying to be, you know, no lower than Indigo Plateau. If not the Elite Four type of thing. That's right. Never lower than Indigo Plateau. Alright. I remember, you're a good Kron. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to drop you. Am I going to drop you? I think so. What's the healthiest one? A cartel. You're the offense one. I'd prefer to keep you. This one will do. Alright, take it. That's right. If you want to play like the best, you have to wail like the rest. It's not a bad line, Big Ninja. Yeah. I'm not going to try and tell you I'm, free to play. Not going to say that. Wampa, but right now you're in the Elite 8, not good enough. Shut up! Elite, you're in the top bracket? Why not the top half of the top bracket? Son, you are Asian, not Bijan. Yeah. All right, Iron Thatcher. Hey, Tass, hope you're having a great Thursday. It's not a bad one. Having a good time. All right, I think we can do this. Present yourself. You there. You and I have business. Ow. Oh, mild ow. And I can't hit you because of reasons. That happened because of reasons. Okay. Chop chonk. Chop chonk. How about it, lads? Here. This would do an assist call. Can't be a bad move. 1 and a 2 and pop goes the weasel. Need that weasel popping. Thank you. Still tenacity up on the enemy team. I don't see a reason to pop the special, honestly. Basic here. Reveal yourself. That you might die. Hello there. Ooh, ooh. That's not very nice of you. Nothing going to prevent us from getting the buff, so we'll take the buff. Make sure we keep taunt where possible. Pop, pop. Yeah, we definitely exploited the high health here. Now we can throw an AoE. Still didn't land shit. Love it. Dig that. Wouldn't trade it for the world. Dispel? Yeah. Pop. Almost there. Stay on target. Hi. Alright, basics into the Twilight. Uh-oh. Bye-bye. All right. Let's see what that costs us now. All right. Through the front wall. Out of curiosity, what was his score after clearing the front wall? 544. So he was one banner ahead of me there. Is what it is. Let's see what we got going here. Got his own JMK situation. Okay. Sith Eternal with Freya and Talon. Interesting composition. All right. I can see. I can see it. Aragon, good to see you, man. Found a minute on your Friday to slip in. Good to have you here. OG Diamond Dave says, as someone working to learn the game, I've heard a lot about spending more money. Hey, man, I mean, you know, obviously having a bigger toolbox is better for having strategic options. And wouldn't you know it, they're willing to sell it to you quicker than it takes to grind it up. How about that? That's right, Sheepdog. Wales, keeping the game alive since 2014. There can be no doubt. All right. Thatcher says, I have a question. Myself being in mid K1, never match up with the same opponent, so other than adjusting poor performing defenses, I rarely scout. Do you find the top opponents switch stuff up enough to keep you on your toes? Everybody up here scouts. Up here, the top bracket, like thereabouts. They scout. They might have their varying amounts of it. I think I probably scout more than anybody, if I'm being honest with you. So if you're, I'm not an unbiased person here telling you about scouting. Like, I think scouting is the biggest difference I have on my opponents, especially. But there's more than one way to be good at the game, and yes, folks at the top of the game are always rotating defenses, which you could say they might be inclined to do whether or not they're scouting. It's not necessarily true that if they are rotating their defenses that they are scouting, but I would be shocked to learn that anybody in the top bracket isn't. Like, why wouldn't you? Treya with C can be a menace. Yeah, I'm not 100% about what I'm doing with that, so we can talk about it. Cass, what Omicrons do you recommend if you use Ezra with Rey? Basically, everything but Exile, the other two. Exile is even okay, but it's really only shining under Ahsoka, so get that one last. I would get the one that gives in the backup plan, the Kanan's Legacy, I think it's called. Get Kanan's Legacy first, so he frees himself up faster, joins the fight sooner. You might think the big hit from the second special is the one to go for first. It's not bad. It's not wasted. I just think having him shake off Exile ASAP is the business. Good luck there. Ilya Tass, what Omicrons? Oh, we already covered that one. Aragon says, I faced a trail lead Nihilus Lord Vader today, which I got full banners using Kwame. That was fun. Nice, nice. Use Lord Vader on that C team. Yeah, I don't have that, buddy. Yeah. Okay, so he's got Rey, Swolo, Ezra with Zalbar there. %80 health. Crew lead slacker with Dre, man. That's a bad bitch right there. What do we have to fear there? Yeah, of course you'd have turn meter. You'd be all in on it. Is that still Bane food? We'll look it up, but still Bane food. And what am I to do? Cere Malicos Star Killer's never been more dangerous. The question is, do we have the goods? We could lose this anytime. But basically, if we have a drop, we're essentially in our danger zone because Aesop has only to clear if I have a single drop and he wins. So, yeah. I guess just for fun purposes, let's test this out. I haven't done this before. Let's drop in the Dad Bod and Fennec thing. I did check out a few players, including Aesop, for the spec that I went with this week. High speed, high offense, respectable amount of crit chance there. And then Fennec, I just made sure, decent amount of speed. She is Relic 9. I have her pretty well tuned from back in the countering Lord Vader days. But even so, I gave her a little bit more attention, pushed her up to 15k special offense. Looking good. Looking good. Yeah, your opponent also set that Datacron with Rey and shut down the Drogon one-shot. It's interesting, because if he set that intending to impede Leia, I really was a heartbeat away from thinking about saving Leia and setting, like, Cere Malakos instead. And I decided against it at the last minute. So, June Kessel, subscribe to the channel for 3 months. Appreciate you. Thank you kindly. That's right, Sheep. We did talk about it. See, appreciate it, man. See, the patrons enjoying the show. Thank you. Yeah. This week's episode is coming out tomorrow morning for the public, 8 a.m. So check it out. We had a lot to talk about for week 1, so it'll help you, I'm sure. All right. Where are we with the time? Still on break. Okay. We'll come on back. Haven't dropped yet. The dream is alive. If only, if barely. I see Ploon's DM. He's out on the he's got me up on his big screen TV in the living room. Nice. A stylish choice. All right, we're back. Let's go ahead and grab the Datacron. Got the goods. It's a badass. No idea how this works, how it's going to happen. Figure from resisting debuff's point of view, doing the middle first to get tenacity up and ramp Fennec's offense is going to be good. But outside of that, I have no idea what I'm doing. That said, we'll see you in hell. Okay? There's an opportunity to 10 down there. Killing you probably is dope. I wonder. I wish I may, I wish. Nice. The high protection on Fennec's going to be very worthwhile. They're taking a lot of turns. I'm sure it'll be fine. Young man, that was a hit and a half. Okay. How about one of these then? Yeah. Okay. So we were blinded there. Probably. Pop, pop. Body drop. Give him the sweep, lady. Do this again. Oh, right. He has to die last. Yeah. That's part of the whole literacy thing. His Datacron kind of stipulates that. There's a fair point. See? How we doing banners-wise? It's all there. It's all there. Feeling it. Okay. We'll take that. Now, he didn't set a Tuskens, did he? We got to think a little creatively. If there's no Tuskens, then there's no freebie for Sidious. So, well played there, I suppose. JML's consumed, so we'll have to do something more proper. I guess we have to look up a good option. Sith Eternal goes where? So we do have Bane if shit hits the fan somehow, some way. We do need a good solution against Sith Eternal here. Slacker comes to mind. That doesn't really... So this one might be a problem. I guess the way this has to be is Cere Malicos Starkiller there, which implies that we have to do our first order fight here, right? So we know from last week that against teams like this, we can go right at, when we go in with a GL, we can go right after Oppo, friends. Some health seemed useful to me. I think protection's probably better for preserving Hux. Health would be better for Ray. The way I really want to handle it. Killing Bodhi a few extra times never hurts. All for style points. You know, I have a perfect eidetic memory of all mechanics, past, present, and sometimes even future. So obviously I knew that at a time and chose to kill him repeatedly for purely entertainment's purposes. Yeah. Why do you favor crew? Don't they ignore taunt at will? And if you like him for his stun, what about stun, swap, stun? Dark side. Show me how. Not you. Not you, not you. You. Probably you. Yeah? Tell me about that. Why do you favor it? We can take a look at the data. I suppose we can all have a fair look at that. But tell me your thoughts. How are you going for it? Minimum relics at 8, so I have a decent body of data. %. Lower with Hux than crew. It worked for me last week, if you guys saw. Do you think that the 57 is more likely? 6, it looks like when it works, it works either. Turn meter is kind of an incredible thing to see, is making a difference there, is being desirable there. Or this way. Whereas, so talk to me. Why are we liking this? They seemed to hit him quite a lot, and it felt pretty comfortable. Yeah, okay. Also, dots don't do anything to him. Yeah, dots don't do anything to him, but I mean, we're swiping those off, right? So because of Dark Ray, we have a pretty quick path to popping off ultimate, and then once we do, we're just swiping. So it's not like dots are an issue. Nevertheless, what were my banners last week using that? Take your point. Slacker Dre Hux for 56. I mean, you know, I wonder. Talk to me. Oh, see, when you tighten up the noose like that, it looks a lot more dangerous. Even when this wins, it looks like it can be bumpy. Wow, and that was with turn meter. Crazy. Well, they had a tank revive. Wow, so you went damage, you had some health. This is exactly what I'm fixing to do. Then he just barely failed. Nevertheless, I did it like this once. I guess, to your point, I could do it with crew, because I think Cere Malicos Starkiller is what my solution is to Ray. So I know I'm not going to need crew there. Do I need to chase the banners? Absolutely. Absolutely should be careful, because he hasn't dropped a fight, so there's no room to be deliberately sloppy. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I sample size of 1. I did it and was successful 1 time so far this season. So fair enough. Hux felt like a really important active participant. We got a 56 against him last week doing that. TJ got blown out because CX2 was too elusive. I don't understand how. I'd have to see it again. All right, I'm going to take a risk on me. You know? Where are you? You're the summon. Death. Up to you. Make with the death. Okay. See, now, last time I did the mass assist here and tried to bully through. That part's not favorable. Nope, getting less favorable all the time. Okay, that's enough. Can we have the pop-off? Where's our turn meter lie? Turn meter looks favorable to just basic here. Otherwise, I'd swap the slacker. Yeah, boy! CX2's about to go. If we stun, Lord Vader goes. If I don't pop him here, then it feels like I'm not doing right by Hux, because Hux will get a little heal off. Grand Crush, not the best. You won't revive if I kill you, I do believe. The trick is, of course, for you both to not die in the interim. I'm sure we'll be fine. I'm sure we'll be fine. He said. Okay, heal up. Massive damage required. Thank you for attending our TED Talk. Okay. How about it? Are we circling in on that? Dig this. We could get the big one right here. Not quite. Stop that now. Okay. Can't critically strike him, so no ultimate charge to be had. Mass. And dance. The heal, the 54. At least it's the one shot that we wanted. I think we got luckier with who was disarmed last time. Maybe Dre got disarmed. I don't remember. Okay. Did I look up thing with Riva? No, I don't think. And Malgus. Cere, that ain't gonna happen. I think Gungans can do this. I'm gonna give that a go. Hey, Arj rating in. What's going on, man? I was talking about you earlier. Welcome. Good to have you over. How did your stream go, friend? Yeah, BZ, right. Somebody else pointed out to you in the chat. But yes, when you're using a galactic legend against Oppo, you can go right after Oppo and kill him. Yes. Okay, so some good news there, but you know the jig's coming to a close because we still have to figure out our way through the Eternal thing back there. We do have Riva still. Quite nice. Yeah, let's have Gungans and see what happens. Art balls once more. Crit damage, I would imagine. Best option. Light side. Just like so. You were not lurking in both streams, honest, says Wampa. I believe you, friends. Hey, yeah, that's good. Let's knock out this fight. What will it take? Good. Stop it. Okay. That part's interesting. We are death marked. AoE here. Kill it. Quickly. Okay. Not good. Again, not my favorite experience. Not my favorite experience. Can I get some turn-related shit going? Maybe with you. Nope. Stop that. Stop hitting the death mark guy. We've got advantage and crit damage up. It don't get no better. For our purpose. AoE, do damage, trigger staggers, kill, maybe? I would prefer to not do the AoE, but I'm so greedy, needing to get that kill. I'm going to have me that kill. Marok, por favor. Throw out the double hit. Looking at me funny. Stop that. Okay. How are we looking here? Yep. Shields up. Heals up. Had him the whole time? I thought there was no revival with the shield generator up. What gives? Or does that only work when it's on their turn? Was that like, I don't know. Still not 100% on that. Move the turn meter. Up with that. Stick to the script, my man. Doing fine. Huh? Yeah. Shields up. No reason to run shieldless. Stay safe. Come on now. Pulse. First move, right? All right. 57. Got it done. Nice. Okay. I've got my two teams worked out for top. We need to adequately address the threats here. So, what is fit to take on this true slacker thing? Yeah, man. Maybe it's Sith Eternal somehow against... I could see that. Hey, Trevor boy, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Yeah, sorry about the ads, but the fight went predictably. We killed the sides. The death marks made it look like it might be scary, but it wasn't. So you don't hear the music, Striker? No shit, no fooling. Wow, you guys haven't been hearing it the whole time. Why is that the case? It says that it should be. Hold on a sec. What is this? Yeah, I'm not certain what devilry this is, but I have my same playlist playing off of Windows Media Player. I have the audio source. I shit you not. Hmm. I'm not sure what's going on. Why don't you hear my music? Yeah, I must look completely psychotic just sitting here bopping to sound of my own thoughts. See what you guys think. Sorry about that. I enjoy the music myself, so I know you guys do. Why are you like this? I guess maybe I try adding a wrong sword, then add a right sword. Ah, that fixed it. There you go. You thought I was having a stroke? Hey, JJ, rating in with 29 viewers. Welcome, JJ. Another patron of the show. Good to have you, man. How did it wrap up? How was this round? We haven't dropped yet against Aesop, but nothing is certain. The future remains unclear. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. So hold on. Who all do I have? DR Zalbar. Beep beep bop beep boo boo beep beep boo. Fugitive? Fine. Aphra, we don't have. Riva. Yeah, but we don't want to do. Enoch, 54. That's curious. We'll keep that in mind. Why did the one fail? Here. We have just such a thing. We have several such things for this purpose. Gentleman. Why did you fail? You had an inferior cron. Okay. Let's go for that. So, what is that? We're going to take the risk on that one. The Arzalwar for 54. That's what I was thinking, is that it would work. Wait, that was 54. compared to 54.5. All right, if it's going to be like that, I may as well choose to use the Arzal there as a default. Back to mapping. Yeah, so JMK, Cat, GK, yeah, 3S, GI, 7S. We'll go with that high health cron, in fact. Maybe that would actually be a boost plus on the thing. Worthwhile consideration. Ray, Swolo, Ezra. So yeah, here Malicos, Starkiller, I suppose. Maul, again, not getting use of it. The crew slacker, I think, should be Bane, but I wonder if there's an exploit, because it's not the GL lead. Yeah, that's what I thought. 7th scene in all the land. Nobody tried Bane, so I think Bane's still going to be the answer. Bane Talon, in case the worst happens. So, no worries. But then this last one, Sith Eternal, may yet again be vexing. Traya Talon, eh? Good on that. Very rare. Yeah. So, difficult to imagine what replaces Traya. You'd think that the cleansing effect would be the most important thing. Isolate's also part of the equation, but when you're thinking about what you could use to fight it... Yeah. Things look thin. So Leia would work. Bane could work. Then the onus would be for us to find a different way. So what is it then? Something EP related? They have to be. Sith Eternal is otherwise unclaimed. So how do we rotate to account for that? You figure that his application of Traya specifically punishes me using Riva there, because I can't ability block and slow down the chains in that case. So, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, JJ, thank you. How'd your round end up, man? I don't know if you heard me when you first popped in. Yeah, glad you guys are enjoying the music. Yeah, I guess I had to unadd and re-add the source. I don't get it. I don't know why OBS is like that. But this C thing worries me, guys. As far as what I have to really take it on. I wonder if Riva rotates Slacker. I mean, when they go, they're gonna just kick the ever-loving shit out of me. I don't know, man. It doesn't really change what we're gonna do here, right? Dark side, health, armor penetration, that's good stuff. You stack, I mean, yeah, armor penetration is good for everybody. What does this look like? Yeah, that's a respectable amount of armor penetration. 142k health, yeah. High armor penetration. as opposed to high offense. Good damage, like this. Or with the turn meter, admittedly. Dark side turn meter is good to us. A lot of the time. Offense with health and turn meter is rare. Okay. Yeah, they have defense, which will largely cut through with the armor penetration. Really good cron. I think the way to think about this also would be, yeah, that's a bulk cron. Okay. And it's the bonus turn shit. Man, that is wild. That is wild. I don't think I even filtered that wildness. Alan and I think what's important is bonus turn. That's the mechanic to look out for. Also, he does have the Omicron on Talon. Not sure that it matters. C for 58. Yeah. So let's think about this. Hey, True Owns people. Good to see you. Sweating it out here. Yeah, the Talon is not to be underestimated. That's highly dangerous stuff. Interesting thought. I wonder if he considered the Savage Talon. All right. I feel like I want to take. Oh, we don't have a second thing to take. JMK too. I mean, you could do some bullshit. JMK Cat Padme. I don't know. Is that a thing? Where's my Sith Eternals at? What? Really? Yeah, I see why it didn't work for you, but still. Tank Revive, kind of clever there. How interesting is that? The numbers are probably too big for me to run that counter myself. Didn't put on filters, did I? unironically, this wasn't getting set. Yeah, so Riva, blah, 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 blah. But did anybody attempt to Sith Eternal is kind of what I'm asking. Sith Eternal. Yeah, you did it badly. Okay, so I think that C could maybe do this. They're bulking, they're beasting, but I feel like Sith Eternal can do this one. So if that's the case, it would be C, what, Armor GBA? Maximum health, just as much health as you could possibly imagine. Something like that. Ads are on the way in a minute. Hey, Macedon, what's going on? What's up, Taskman? I think... Nose... Banner. Because I really do not care for... This is a real moment of decision. All right. Well, we're about to be on break for ads real quick. I'm going to take a couple minutes, get a drink, stretch my legs a minute. So we'll have that synergized for everybody. Be back in a couple minutes. And yeah, thank you for watching. All right. We're back. Luminous says, thoughts on Skeleton Crew coming to the game? Yeah, I'm into it, honestly. Health and defense, dig this. I could, if I don't end up needing, if it's 54 banners doing Enoch, I could do the Sith Eternal fight here using the Zalbarkron and just huge. So, okay, let's write all this. Still a Bane talent. Bane would take care of crew, surely. Yeah, the crew slacker thing. That's still here? Nope. 10 things ago. Show last. No, that's the show like latest season. Did I already select group? Didn't. And hey, Friday, thank you for the follow on Twitch and YouTube. Appreciate you. All right. Yeah, Reva did not work at all. I think Bane is the answer to reserve for that. Just being cautious. So it's who do I think is better versus C. Treya Talon. I think we move Reva down to Sith Eternal again. Take our risk there. And then do C-Arm GBA. I think that's the way. That's the plot. Alright. Since we know we're not using either of these options elsewhere, well, shoot. I guess we would want to make sure everything goes right before I clear these two, because I think it's going to be JKR and Gas for these top two teams, respectively. Now, Aesop's still chilling, right? Yeah, still hasn't made a move on. He's preserving the drama. I'm thinking that... yeah. If I'm doing Reva versus the C team, the most outrageous damage I can bring is the most important thing. So damage and turn meter, I would say. The armor penetration was slick. It was good. Maybe crit damage and armor penetration. What do I have in that direction? S1. Next. So yeah, health, tank revive even. So who's first? I guess if the song remains the same for you, let's get it done. In town. Armor penetration with health that is not top one or two of these. This is a good mix. Also a good mix for Inquisitor. Show me only dark side, please. Armor penetration and health. No turn meter. How important? No turn meter return, crucially. So, if I give this one to Cere Malicos, which I think is the killer choice, because you can lose Cere easily enough. She wants some health, I imagine. So who's the one? This is... goes with this one. One works. We'll take you. Take you along for the ride. All right. Luminous says, I rolled an 89% armor penetration with 80% health. I was planning on putting it with JMK or Ahsoka Tano when I get her. Is the bulk better or tank revive? For Ahsoka specifically, I think most of the fight's about preserving her sides if you can. So probably the bulk if you also have a strong health stat to really feed into that. Otherwise, making her the nastiest single threat she can be, probably tank revive. Hey, Robbie, good to see you. How are you, brother? Just checking in while you have a sec. Yeah, man, it's not been a bad afternoon so far. He said moments before dying, so let's see what happens here, shall we? Is Aesop the actual rapper or just the same name? I don't think it's the actual rapper. I think he's just a fan, guys. He's just a fan of the actual. I get that question a lot. Funny. Past. Can't kill you. Almost killed you, buddy. Don't get you yet. Okay. Per meter situation's kind of heinous. Bye. Okay. Bad. 54 it is. Not a 55. Yeah, easy peasy indeed. Worked out. The easy fights are going to be slowing down here quickly, I assure you. All right. What's your health look like? Fine. Go. Not my favorite start, but I appreciate where you're coming from about that. I don't think this can be evaded regardless, so go with it. No. On to you. If I don't hit you, I think you're gonna do another buff on yourself. If we gain turn meter, we're just stacking. I do want to get rid of your supplier. You do it anyway. Now Rey was momentarily vulnerable. Horror ensues. Basic to get rid of stuff? Well, I guess is basic. Can't really kill you. She's gonna middle again. Do this. See if I can't actually chop you down a bit. That was an important move, I feel. Can't call assists on Ezra, but I still will take the protection up money and run. Jesus. We're getting into the dark times. The armor penetration feels like it was smart. I don't know, man. Guaranteed out here. Okay. Okay. Great. Great. Got a basic. Gotta keep polishing off those stacks of, oh my god. The stacks of oh my god. So I can't kill you. None of this can be evaded. So if I hit you like this, then what? Starkiller could follow up for a killing blow. Not really, though, because you're still there. So do we try and put some threat on you? No. Can't even be killed in this way. What's the best move? You don't have tenacity, but maybe this is it. Doesn't feel like the worst decision made recently. This one? Ooh. Okay. Nobody gets to come back, so hashtag it's something. We wish you well, your friend. Done right by me. Kill her. Please, quickly. I need it. Okay. Chuck it in. The armor penetration felt crucial. Okay. Okay. Be cool. Stay on target. Not good. Okay. Less than I'd hoped for. Less than I've hoped for? Oh god. Oh god, it's trying to kill me. Yeah. Alright, well there's a drop. Despite our best efforts. Can't really do much about that. Alright. We'll clean it up. Somehow, some way. Leia's, I guess, something worth trying. Yeah, I don't think there was a better way that I could have set up my Cere Malgus, nor do I think there was a better way I could have really played the fight, so... Yeah. Yes, it is a Zalbar Crown on the Ray team, and the idea was, 100% defense. I brought 150-something% armor penetration, so I thought I was mostly cutting through that. You saw they took a decent bit to cut down. Now, granted, I didn't bring any of my usual beginning bonus offense or crit damage. We had a lot of health and a lot of armor penetration on that Kron. The armor penetration felt useful, but I don't know. In the end, I guess it seems that we lacked a little bit of oomph. Appreciate it, Luminous. We'll need good luck because he's in a prime position to win the match now, I would say. Let's do the Enoch thing. I have the incentive to try this. Real. Enoch, Night Trooper. Dark side, armor penetration, crit damage. Critical damage, offense. I'm looking for turn meter, ideally. There's our last. I really can't afford to give them one of these beasts. How important is the turn meter? Mildly. Doesn't feel like it's good enough. I guess this one. All right, we got ads right now. We'll chill. I think we all want to see how this one goes. Damn it, I really don't know how I feel about that. one good turn. Yeah, if we're gonna one-shot C, that's really our chance to do it. So if the turn meter is that important to me, that's the option. See how it goes. How's everybody else doing? We only got a few hours left in the round. Enough time. I'll tell you what. Give me just a second. Gonna do my TB deploys real quick. Be good. Ooh. Folks are re-rolling. Killer mods. Wow. Same mod. Alright, back into it. Enoch then? Yeah, so we're already on the back foot. Man, if he doesn't get straight up jammed up, we got a serious problem, man. First of all, what does high armor penetration look like on them in general? Gain. Okay, he has strong gain from it, so that is considerable. He has some gain from it. Moderate gain. But if I want dark side and not turn meter, probably you then. Let's have it then, lads. We're back, right? Yeah, we're back from break. Alright, let's see how this here goes. All you, get to stepping, young man. Got a lot of work to do. Only one debuff to dispel is really worth it, I guess. Humor me. Better. Favorite. Favorite. Take a nice chunk. Take a bite out of crime. Everybody under Giga Stealth. Sure, it's fine. Blight is starting to accrue, we see. Maybe that's key to why this works. This is our first time doing this. I saw that it worked, so... Yeah, they're doing a fine job of being under stealth. Yeah, Crosshair is just about unleashed, so the realness is almost upon us. Not seeing the progress yet, I'm not gonna lie to you. Not feeling the progress. Okay, so that's our first decay. And they're never gonna be out of stealth, yeah? Not until he's pretty much deleted, so. I'm gonna try. Yeah, we did have the cleanse. So. Important. Cleanse important here. I need you guys to start power slamming through him. What's the deal with it, man? Got some armor penetration. Got the buffs. Talk to me. All him. Do real damage. I need you guys to do the real damage. Not the wee whittle baby damage, but the real damage. Sure, it'll be fine. Yeah. Okay. Welcome back. Take a bite out of crime. Take it off. Good. Okay. Yeah. Had him the whole time. Alright, it works, but roughly. So, not a priceless work of art by any means. Okay. So, we are there. What? 50. Yeah, I don't know how we might have otherwise done better with Cere Malicos, so maybe Leia was the better option. Go after that. Where's he at? Alright, he took out... Yeah, he took out Aphra, and I don't imagine there's anything uncleanable about that Ahsoka, so... The doom sets in. Cooldown pull would definitely get us through with Sith Eternal, but that only works for us if we choked on a team. Unlikely at this point. PR Zalbar isn't any good to us here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think C Solo could work against that Sith Eternal team with Talon there. But yeah, it's looking like he's got us, guys, for sure. I don't know. It's looking grim, but it was looking grim when we started. So, all right, we have armor, GBA. Highest health we can afford would be this, followed by, which is not bad. I mean, the tenacity up's kind of nice, but it's rarely going to occur. True. That's not enough. This would be the best option. All right. We'll take that and see how it goes. Hey, Ranger raiding in from Reality Skewed Gamers with 11 viewers. Welcome to the show, everybody. We are what the experts refer to as barely hanging on. I think the match is actually lost because I've just had a drop and Aesop has been flawless today, so we didn't get anything on him today. It's a shame, too. Things were looking all right. We'll take the 2 stack. It would be better if it gave us 3, but I dare not be greedy. We'll rely on our Kron to do what we want. Okay, appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Yep. Definitely put the armor shred there. Bring him back. Almost there. Stay on target. Damn. A little out of phase. 5, my friend. Form. The Marcade says, love the hat. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, hats are part of the gig here. Be sure. How about it? Where's my Zappy Pappy? Let's have it. Have it? Peace. Leave me alone. Okay. Nothing to do but put it on auto, I suppose. He's gonna do whatever he wills at this point. Let's get to slapping, young man. I feel like we need to up your hat game, Task. You've got a lot of hats. I can take it. Send me links. Send me links. Legitimately. That should be a poll on Discord. We've talked about this before, haven't we? There's room for this discussion. Got 52. So I should have really used GBA up front and kept... No, I don't know. I think if I kept... No, I think I ended up doing that the right way, actually. Because you figure that Padme is specifically anti-BKM, right? Kind of the idea there. Okay, Inquisitorius is the plan, so have it then. Well, turn meter's probably also really important to the fight, as much as we can have. Yeah, this is the droid we're looking for. So we're going to try and be as explosive as possible. Yeah, you voted Fez, but you didn't link a Fez. I think Fez did win the vote, though. True. I would say that a Fez is a little ostentatious, but I am wearing a purple top hat, so who am I? Comment. All right, this is probably going to go something. Likely not good. Let's think about how this is best done. There is no tank. The opportunity exists to torture C. Then you have the incentive to go after C. But what does torture do to a GL? Torture on Talon might be a good move. This fight frightens you? I mean, yeah, I'm not thrilled about it myself, friends, but I don't think I have a better option here. It would have been best to have had Slacker for this, you know? But it's a cooldown. If we torture Treya, that'll reduce the value from her protection ups. Alright, Striker just linked me a hat. A Stormtrooper inspired Fez. Wow, that looks extremely high quality. Comment saying, I have several of these. That's funny. Dispatched from Fremont, Ohio, so surely it's got to be cheaper. No, probably not. So if I change United States and save, that do? I price it. Oh, but no. It's fulfilled from Ohio, so there's got to be a non-UK listing, right? That US probably? Nope. USA probably? Nope. Without anything at all? Nope. Takes us there. Why are you still showing it in pound? Whatever. So, $200. $200. We can make it a sub goal. Star Wars Fez hat. It is not the first thing that comes up. You're a fibber. A fibber, I say. Alright. I think we're going to torture Treya so that she pops as soon as possible. That's... Or is it... I mean, how thick is she? Is she kitted out for thickness? Lots of damage. Expected. We would want her to die expeditiously. What's the 9? You know what? Fuck it. Torture on her. Fuck it. We'll do it live. He said, remembering intently that she would be stealthed immediately. So doing this will make no difference? Not really. I don't want to say that. It's got to make some type of difference. Here to do damage, so do damage. And pray to whatever god it is that you worship. I mean, I guess that's good out there. Other hits will be coming in. Do we heal here? Or do we purge? The damage potential is there. I'd rather heal, try to preserve her as long as possible. Go for it. Try to put some hurt on her. Take the double. Take it. Finish the job. Ooh, almost there. Damn. I need it. Give me beef. Okay. We'll do what I must here. Yes, so we're deceived. I can actually hit you right now. What's the deal? Pull up the cooldowns, probably. She is really putting it down. Good boy. Calm down, everybody. You're healthy. No protection. I would rather put the ability block on you than try to follow up with significant damage. Like so-ish. Do the double basic, though. Save the torture for the big man. He said... It ain't gonna, not gonna work exactly. Okay, I don't think I can ability block you and otherwise prevent this right now. Did I save it like a boss? Did not. So this is gonna happen then regardless. I have to just take that out of him. Shame. All right, double drops. Yeah. That's battleship sunk unless he fails to clear entirely. I think he's gonna. Okay. All right. Good stuff. What would have been the thing to change? Rotate. Just lay off defense, I guess. JMK would be undesirable. I think that's about it. Yes, so if we had Leia for Rey, that would mean we would have something else for this. I bet you Cere... We would have needed a different... What did I use Slacker on? Slacker was for Lord Vader. So I would have had to have risked the Cere Malgus there and use Slacker down here instead. So that was the choice. Now, he had the same hit last week as Sasha's that I did beat. That's really about it. It would be to rotate layoff. That's big up there. All right, for these, what do we have? I know I wrote in a couple things. Yeah, JKR for this one. Not very nice. Can't target you. True. Have to wait for you to drop. I can kill you straight up though, yeah? Probably best not to do. Right, deflection and shit. Right. So if we are gonna kill you at all, it's only gonna be this way. I take that point, still. We're not gonna get anything out of him. I guess we'll just try and kill you real quick. Can't do this to him. Fortunate. Rather rotate like this then. Yeah, he's just locked good and proper for the next 10 years. Good, good. Okay, so there's our thing already. Love that. Love that for us. Okay, that's an important move. Almost there. Almost there. Cool. Right. How about that swap, yeah? Swap is going to be costly. In fact. I could. I would prefer to stun you. Yeah, that isn't going to happen today. I didn't... It's important to dream. Speed up, kindly. Thank you for the Giga Dodge. Wow. I don't know what Blessed Intercession earned me that, but take it. Might. And patience here. Dots? Where are the dots? Jesus, fast. Up. Up. Almost. Damn. That was going to be like a sure thing for me. It's just as well that I'm so deep in the hole on losses. I know that gas will kill this, but now since we're in testing, I would prefer to see if Finn's Ori is still good. Let's take a Mertron. Yeah, we'll take this one. Hey, Evan, thank you for the follow. Sorry, I missed that earlier. Okay. I mean, I guess the song remains the same. Kick the shit out of him. Okay. So noted. Works. Works. Yeah, let's go for the Wampa here, right? Go for the classic. Crit damage, I guess. Probably something like that. What's he gaining? Got evasion up and shit, but that doesn't matter. Health. Yeah. Crit damage with health. Dark side, maybe. This is probably the droid I'm looking for. Although, it would be... can't do assists, right? Yeah. Up. Dark side. This will be the one. All right. And that's me, ready for the Relic 9. Nice. Good stuff, man. Future of Freeze is a pretty casual player. I just run Tarkin. Well, here, hold on, let me get my fight started. Talk about it. Okay. As a pretty casual player, I just run Tarkin with Houndstooth. Geos currently, yeah. Would getting the Malevolence be a big boost to my fleet? I've been working on my Grievous team, so I'm considering the LSB. I mean, Malevolence is among the least of the fleets, but it depends on the point in the game that you're at. It sounds like you might be decently far away from something like Executor, Leviathan, Profundity. So, tough to say, but doing Malevolence with the Geos is certainly better than doing like Executrix, Houndstooth, Geo. So, in terms of a reasonable thing to go up to, not a bad idea. Yeah, have more of that thing. Keep up the rampant. We'll get there. Evasion down will avail you not. Sorry, evasion up, rather. Yep. Alright, got him. Got him. Now, for you. From the earth over. Big ass. Who's my cleaner for up top? Need a persistent debuffer or unavailable stuff. Unavailable could be gas basic. That's it. Otherwise, the Arzalvar can put out dots. You can just plague him to death. Plague is... Oh yeah, Solo Iden. Yeah, you know what? DTMG will do. That'll be our solution. BZ says, always love Wampa versus C when possible. Yeah, it's not every day. That's nice. That's right. Yeah, you can't do any type of... Let's go ahead and do the boost. Dropping down his max health here already. Fine. Just basic. Shoot bop, shoot bop. Alright, there we go. Aha! We made it! Got him! Oh god, yeah, Han. Yeah. Armor penetration, light side. Turn meter is okay. This will do. Okay. So, what was it? 1, 2... I think I said 1 or less, 2 or more. I made it pretty tight. And I was wrong to have done so, because holy crap. The 2 or more gets it today. Most of you gambled on that. You were wise to have done so. Yeah, do I have an element here for sub goal? That's for subscription goal. All right. The next thing, the next goal is for me to buy that hat. So I'll do that. All right, well, we paid out on that. So he's very likely secured the win. Waiting to sink his teeth in at the end. Leviathan. Wampa. Something. What was the Wampa worth? Like 36 or something? Base Swallow was X5 to clean. 5. Alright. Hondo thing, that was disappointing. That was actually a big surprise. So Nest kicked the shit out of us there. I gotta actually comment that one. 1 drop. Nest. Easily hopped Savior early. It is interesting. Fringe. Yeah. Let's say that was 6. So that was okay. Then to clean up the Hondo. Good. Pretty good. All right. Let us see if we are cursed. Keep this elsewhere. 5th versus 5th, we won. Yeah. What happens? This worked for us last time. So we're basically fighting Aesop Rock every week now? I mean, ideally, man, if I can manage to fight and stay in the top bracket, I'll be seeing a lot of him, which is, you know, it's better when there's variety, but that's life at the top of the game, especially with Erodiums in the mix. Like, when you're not seeing Erodiums, you're seeing a lot of the same, you know, worthwhile players. But, you know, until they fix the Erodium bug, what are you going to do about it? We got time for a couple questions while we're waiting for the ad set. Yeah. Cool hat. Wow, lots of orders just in the last couple of days. Oh, that's really nice. Okay. Yeah, I'll look into this off stream, man. It's kind of cool. Like it well enough. All right, ads are running. Aesop had a drop, so he killed 2, it says. So that's probably everybody but Ahsoka, and then something for Ahsoka, I imagine. Unlikely he'll just be completely stymied on that. I don't think I put a tank revive there. To get it down to just her, I guess tank revive would be better. Something for me to think about. We'll see if he's got the goods. I'm sure he does. You could use a bunch of things to deal with the solo Ahsoka, I imagine. And we are in a meta where we should have enough material. Such a cleanup. All right, Darth Cliff asks, what's the best Lord Vader clone counter with the Datacron? If they're modded traditionally, like a regular Lord Vader with like 3 protection primaries, crit damage triangle, Cere, Malgus, and Maul can do it. And I did do that last week, so check the VOD, I think, from round 1. Did that against Sasha. Otherwise, I think Slacker is the appropriate choice, man. Eli Milan says, how's it looking for banners? Is it close? Just tuning in. It looks grim, man. I've had 3 drops to Aesop's 1. Unless, for some strange foul reason, he's utterly unable to clean up a solo Ahsoka Tano, he's got this in the bag. So, that's okay. You know, recently when we fought back up into the top bracket, we fought Aesop. We won that match in 5 vs 5. Then we lost a later match in 5 vs 5. No. Just the one in 5s. Then we lost here last week, and we're in a tough spot here today. So he's keeping me in my place. Fair. All right, we're back from ads. Let's give this a go. See how blown out we're going to be. Wow, this track is dope. Yeah, it looks like he did just clean up Ahsoka, so I think he's got us handily, guys. Nothing you can do about that, unfortunately. Isn't it, Livy block this one? What people say to do? I want to say that's the right answer. Uh-oh, we lived. No es bueno. Boy who lived. Okay. Thanks for that, I guess. Bring you out. Yeah, and then we don't get the cool little turn boost off that because of reasons. You are revealed to us. Please get your taunt up. We bring you out. Who to stun? Probably 1. But you're so important to kill here. Why don't we make for that? Houndstooth is about to come out. We're not going to have a great solution to that. It's not important. Okay. Good. See? Good. Good. Yeah, I think I'm having the same luck that Aesop had last time. He's saying that his tie got like 1 billion dodges, and here we are. It's like, yeah, buddy, I hear you. I hear you. All right, so nothing killed, and we got hoed out on the Mass Assist, so we'll withdraw on that one. And he cleared us for a 2021, about the same score he got last time, so yeah. We tried to mix things up a bit, but nothing doing. So just for the sake of trying to clear then, let's go ahead and do Radis here. And assume that we need to have our finest everything to have a chance at this. So take the other ship. I mean, I don't see why not. Go. My condolences. Comes with the territory. Yeah, man. Yeah. Win or you lose. I can't be mad. Can't be mad. Save this for now. Cool. Any other turns we'd like to take? Stayed through. Solid. 71. Yes, Kitty, I see you. You are sweet. You are gently pawing me, asking for pets. Sweet little thing. You're being so gentle about it. You're not even, like, nibbling me to ask for pets. Come up here. Come here, beastie. First of all, GG to Aesop. I know you're out there watching, as is your right. You cleared the bottom front, so appreciate you, man. Good game. Hopefully see you next week. There are a couple of Rhodiums in the bracket. I'm sure to see one of them, if not both. We'll find out how the week goes. But yes, look at this sweet kitty. Hold on, we got to magnify up on the kitty. Oh yeah, I see the mic might not. Yeah, because of the scene that I used. Yeah, the point is the cat hates being cradled like a baby. I love cradling her like a baby. Yeah, GG says Sheepdog. Appreciate you, man. Yeah. All right, let's see about finishing this up, though. So, I think I don't know what goes after. First of all, against triple attacker, I guess we need to look up another alternative. Highest battles, okay, 70%. Okay, I remember doing this before. You can set up for this one. Go with Negotiator. I think that's the way, right? Basically, yeah. Talk to me, Goose. Got one scene like that. I believe you, buddy. Alright, let's see what happens. Wrong lineup, by the way. Yeah, that's meant to be going here, so good on me. Yes, Kitty, you are demanding even more pets, and this is because I spoil you. Really my fault. Okay. Because you are a spoiled little beast. You hear me? Get over here. See? Please, please, no Tass, I'm allergic. You can't be allergic to her love. Look at her love. Can't hear the purrs, but I can feel them. Trust me. That is one of two. with you. All right, here we go. See you in hell. Hey. How are you? Your little good comes from what ahead. My capital. Oh, right. This is kind of fucked up because you want to be... They said negotiator, though. It wasn't endurance. All right. I haven't actually tried this week. I have no idea what I'm doing. Probably basic here. Skull. They mass in. Kill that. Happens to the best of us. Mass in on you. Has to be the answer. How could anything else make sense? Basic. You do your thing, as is custom. It's basic. Wait, I'm looking. Who first? Yeah, so we're in a tough spot without that ship. We would be dramatically... What do we want to do? Bring in this. I think you use basic twice. Basic, tap. No one to really go for the big hit on. Still, you could get blown out at any time, right? Oh, I hit. I don't want to do the hit that's going to feed the turn meter, right? Doesn't feel like the right move. I say go for it, bud. Okay, so far so good. I'm sure we'll be fine, he said. Yeah, seems good. Good. Okay. On target. Okay. Kill him. Kill him. No. I say kill him. Wow, you blew all the way through the thing too. Man, that's unfortunate. I'm trying so hard. Basic here. Largest single hit I could do. Alternatively, just lose everything. But leave it out. Okay. A little bit of something. I can do something with this. I'm not exactly sure all what, but something. Okay, chaff part 2. I guess. No reason to hold back at this point. Yeah, no shit. Tough times for you. What do we got? Yeah, mass assist. Not the best, but a position that I can attack from. It's only the 3 ships now. How best? The shit's done. I mean, this has got to be something that First Order can clean up, right? Push out turn meter. Oh, I see. Not yet 50%, so I can't really stun anything. Just the basic, if you please. Target you, mass assist. As well. Okay. Houndstooth. Put this on him so he stops gaining turn meter from us hitting his allies. So we see that you're like that. You may yet have your taunt coming up again soon. I might hold on to that. But what then? Push turn meter out again? Maybe? Go for the crushing blow. A6, stay on target. Stay on target. Reset. A6. Okay. Go for a big game, right? He's gonna taunt here now, isn't he? Turn meters up. Actually, we can go for a stun here. Take the stun. Nice. Sweet. Mass assist coming soon to theaters near you. I don't care if he does basic. Kill? Almost. On out. Stab it. Push out all that delicious turn meter. Kill? Almost. Okay. Appreciate you. Okay, heal. Alright, that's fine. Much rather have the heal out of the way here. Let's see. I mean, reasonably high turn meter. Go for the stun. Stun means you can't dodge. Press the attack. Basic. There we go. I want the target lock before we use the special. Lock down. Got advantage. Alright. Made it through. And that's how you use 3 fleets to kill Executor. Never let it said that it couldn't be done. So I'm first. Okay. Now, yes. Bring this out and cripple them anyways. Better to take this. Yeah, right? Take it. Okay. 6. Auto. That's right. Eli Milan's like, I'm a believer now. The 3-shot is alive and well. That's right. Never let it said that it couldn't be done. Yeah. We got where we were trying to go. $73. All right. Mega. 0 plus 2 plus something, like 20 something. But we got it done. Yeah, boy! Finalizer, saving the day. We got the full clear. Our pride is saved, even though we lose. Alright, we got everything mapped in for our attack. Nice. Alright, well, again, GG to Aesop Rock. We met at the end of last week, and I lost. So we washed that down with our rematch at the start of this week, and I lost. So, about Aesop's attacks, I did cover that. He cleared all but 2 squads before the start of the match. So it was just Aphra and Ahsoka standing. Took him a couple tries to get through Ahsoka there. Delighted to have that. But that was his only drop on the whole defense. Yes, you know, it's something... I feel like he had something similar last round. It wasn't a lot of window for us to get through. So if I had Leia up, that means that I would put Cere Malgus down. That would be the trade, I think, that I might make. Think about this. He set us Saw, Dad Bod worked, so we kept that right. He didn't set us Tusken, so that's maybe another up, is to trade out Tuskens against folks that have the Sidious permakill level 6, the Sith permakill. That's just an easy dunk for Sidious, so that's a good lesson. We both said it, and I just more or less thought that it's fine to leave there, and whereas it is in fact not fine. So, fair enough. Let's talk about my attacks. 1-1 this season? No. I'm 0-2 this season against him. The time that I won was like late in the last 5 vs 5. On this, in general, he wins against me more than I do. It's not like it's an even trade. I will occasionally get the win, but he's definitely still at least 2-1, if not 3-1. Something like that. All right, against his Baylan team, JML, Hoda, and Shak T was not the 57 it was last time. This is with his Hunter. The Hunter helped kick them off, made things a little more difficult for Shak T, but we still got it done. We lost Shak T though. It was very sad. I think if she was in... I think protection modding would have helped her. She's in health modding right now. We'll think about that for now. Okay. Against Ahsoka Tano, Callum, Watt, Baylan, Shin, Marok for 52. It was kind of nasty. Against Queen, Master Qui-Gon, Padawan Obi-Wan, Jabba, Chrysanthemum, Bausch, 57. I could have used Great Mothers. I lost the last time I did here against his Queen, but we found a profitable use for Great Mothers against his Malgus, Malik, and Savage, 57 banners. Really nice. Took in a high health protection cron so that we would greatly blunt the effectiveness of Malik's Drain, and it worked out for us. Against Aphra, BT1, 000, we went in with BKM Paz Grogu, 54. It was all right. All right, in the back, Fugitive Omega, Wrecker, and yeah, Crosshair. Enoch, Night Trooper, and DTP for 53 banners. So we lost our protections, but wow, it's disappointing. Still, I mean, you know, if I wanted to be super clean, I guess you're using like a GL to 57 it, so... The only other thing to have done against... against Baylan would have been Gungans. Gungans worked for me last season. Sure, it could work again for me now. But we used Gungans profitably elsewhere. Anyway, let's keep on moving. JMK, Cat, and Padme, anti-BKM composition. C-Arm GBA got the job done for 52 banners. Against Rey, Swolo, Exile, Ezra, we went in with Cere Malgus Starkiller once more with high armor penetration, 152%, so enough that you would think it would greatly cut down the plus 100% defense granted by the Zalbarkron, but we just barely got everybody out except Exile Ezra, and he finished us off, man. Wasn't my favorite experience, but it, you know, I don't know if Leia would do better. You do have true damage with Leia. If I went with more armor penetration and crit damage instead of health, then maybe that would have been the right call. Tough to say now. I think the armor, that was my very finest armor penetration though, and I think that was the best choice to cut off the value of the defense. Regardless, if I had to do it all over again, I guess I would trade out with Cere Malgus on defense and pick up Leia. Something like that. Test it out, see how it goes. I've got high offense stuff that I could run it with, you know? Anyway, against C, Traya, and Talon, yeah, this was a tough situation. So, again, other things I could have rotated. I could have rotated Cere Malgus Maul to take on his Lord Vader again. Not again, but it would be the first time running it against him. But I've done it before and was successful. It might have worked, but we didn't try it. Use Slacker there. Slacker would have been great here to take out this Sith Eternal team, right? That would have handled it pretty much straight on. Wouldn't have had to sweat it out. We would have, like, poked Traya, and then that would expose Talon, and then we would just kick the shit out of Talon. That's about it. Nevertheless, we went in with Reva, Grand Inquisitor 7's sister, got everybody but C out, and then killed Wampa. Killed with Wampa against the Lone Sith Eternal. Total of 38 banners. We cleaned up the Lone Ezra with Gas 501st, and against crew lead Slacker and Dark Ray. This might be more... No, I don't think it would make a difference if this was like 25% dark side turn meter from the previous set. Because Bane still gets out ahead with a bonus turn. Bane Talon got the job done, 54 banners. So, story of Backwall. That was where we got into deep trouble. And then a little more trouble besides. Against Reva, GI, and Marok up top, we used Nats, Jar Jar, Tarpul. So that's where we used the Gungans. Worked out nice, 57 banners. Against Lord Vader, Oppo, CX2, obviously Slacker, Dark Ray, and Hux, again, 54 banners. It was 56 the last time we used it against him. A Hondo, L3, and Nest. Yeah, JKR, Jedi Cal, JKL. Man, they just worked out JKR twice in a row. They popped his Savior early enough. We were able to stabilize when they got us low again. Still able to finish off the team anyway. We got it down to just Hondo, and Hondo just punked out the sides. We really needed JKR Mark to shut that down. So, tough. CLS Han Chewie cleaned it up, total of 37. Against Saw, Luthen, and Bodhi, Dadbod and Fennec, 58. It was done to us. Now we may do unto others. Very nice. French Dooku and Newt was Finzori for 56. Okay. And then in Fleet, Fate was not with us today. Our TIE fighter managed to dodge everything using Executrix against Executor there. Though Executrix just straight up failed on us. Just everything went tits up on that. Went in with Negotiator. I think I would rather do Endurance. I haven't tried it with Negotiator, but it seemed like it appeared to be a 70% win rate. And, I don't know, man. Probably would just do Endurance. If I had to do it all over again. That was probably the one shot I was looking for. Something to think about, for sure. Yeah, I can see that. All right, against Leviathan, we ended up using Leviathan. Oh, yeah, as far as Executor, we went back in with Negotiator and took out 2 ships. I think we got Boba and Punishing One on that second go. Cleaned up the remainder with Finalizer, so 20-something banners in the end. Terrible. Leviathan Mirror, 73 banners, and against Malevolence with IG, Vulture, and Hyena out front, 71 with Radis. Okay. And that's how it was done. So, again, GG. You won your GAC. Nice job, Kylo. All right, guys, getting ready to wrap up and raid out. First order of business. If you want to find out when I'm going to go live for round 2, which is going to be likely Saturday in the late morning or early afternoon, exact timing will come out on my Discord. If you're not part of the community, please join. You'll enjoy it. You already know that I'm live here on Twitch at twitch.tv/Tassinix. And if you're not already on my YouTube, you should be, not only because I simulcast all my Grand Arena streams there, but it's also where I have a whole lot of my Swugger-related content. So check that out. We've got mod guides on characters and factions that you've been asking about. We have the how-to mod guides, GAC Omicron tier list, whole bunch of good stuff up there for you to take a look at. And of course, it's a rebroadcasting point for my Grand Arena focused podcast, Plotting and Scheming. I make that with my friends Dagger, TJ, Sasha Aisha, and Fatal, where we break down the last week in Grand Arena, talk about how we dealt with the meta matchups, our favorite attack and defense of the week, our lessons learned for the week to come, and anything else that's worth sharing to you. So that podcast is broadcast over to YouTube from Spotify, its native home, but wherever you find it, there should be a link in the description that you can plug into your preferred podcast program and follow us there. So check all that out. Yeah, Eli, thanks for the game analysis and breakdown. You're the man. Happy to help. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. So, anything that you watch on YouTube, if you like it, please hit a like. Give a subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Really appreciate that. Helps support the channel. And of course, if you want to go above and beyond the Call of Duty and support the stream, there are a few ways to do that. First is my Cash App, $Tassinix. I have a PayPal, Tassinix@gmail.com. And of course, if you want to get some improved scouting tools, early access to some of my content, and a couple other fringe benefits, you'll want to check out my Patreon. Patreon.com/Tassinix. For any upwardly mobile Grand Arena player, there is something there of interest to you. At $5 a month, you enter the Tass House at VIP access level, where you get early access to the Plotting and Scheming podcast, my Datacron set guide videos, which I make with Aesop Rock, by the way, so they're always fun to see. You also get a dedicated text and voice chat on Discord, where I am usually lurking, so you can pop on in, say hi, pick my brain. Thank you so much to Andrew, Banja, Deadpool Kyle 28, JJ's Productions Twitch, Jobin4527, Miasmo, Musras, Raise Malbus, Sam Vines, Sheepdog 47, Squed, Stark Strategy Gamer, Queens 14, and White Wolf. Moving on up to VIP Access Plus, which is $10 a month for a bundled Patreon access to me and to your choice of either OmegaBot or Hot Utils. At the start of this stream, like everyone, I show an OmegaBot report on my opponent. No other tool gives you such a powerful at-a-glance sense of what your opponent is about, offensively and defensively. Anybody can use that tool for free to pull their opponent's last week of history, but only patrons can make a custom report with any number of weeks. You get a downloadable HTML version of the report with links that you can click that go right back into swugga.gg or Insight, whichever you prefer to use. And, if that's not what you're looking for, you could go with Hot Utils instead, which is the #1 tool for your mass mod management and loadout creation. No other tool lets you move so easily between your Grand Arena, TV, Raid, TW mods with just a couple of clicks. You can use it to comprehensively remod your roster like Fatal and TJ do, slice through months worth of mods in seconds, whole bunch of cool functionality for TW. Either way, you can't go wrong. Thank you so much to my subs here, VIP Access Plus, Dobby, Esh Sotnakan, Meow for Me, Mini GK, Bloon, Shake23501, Single Malt Jedi, Snack Attack, and Striker. And at VIP Access Premium, this is $15 a month for the Double Bot bundle. So Patreon access to me, Hot Utils, and OmegaBot, all in one low price. I think you couldn't do better if you were buying it separately. So it is said to be one of the very best values in Swugga if you like those bots. Anyways, thank you so much to all my subs at this tier: Argots, Arj, Big Ninja, Duckstaff, Darth Link, Dark Hug, Frick Paddywhack, General Milan, Ibanek, Johnny B. Ottawa, Kev, Hills, Quig, Saldag, Sir Boss, Sophus, The Lost Womprat, Wilco, and Zoltre. And at the top of the list in Jester's Club Elite, the one, the only Nomad's Reaper. One of, my most generous supporter by far over the years. This guy pops into stream like he did just a couple weeks ago and drops literally hundreds of subs, thousands of biddies. Incredibly generous support over the years. Thank you so much, Kuzi. And of course, last but never least, our special thanks first to Yoda Force, one of my original supporters way back in the day, bought me the mic that I'm speaking to you on right now, and even though he has long since quit the game, we wish him well from the other side. To Mrs. T, my wife, thank you for all you do in the background, whether it's bringing me alcohol or coffee, or just keeping our daughter from destroying our home while I'm trying to be halfway decent at a phone game. I appreciate you. And of course, to Dagger, TJ, Sasha Aisha, and Fatal, my co-hosts on Plotting and Scheming. As always, gentlemen, it's a pleasure and a privilege to record our show together. Week in, week out, you guys make the time to get it done, and, we're all the better for it. I learn something from you every week. Hopefully the feeling is occasionally mutual, but regardless, it's really about our community. They learn a ton from the show, lots of engagement, great conversation around it, and I have you guys to thank for making it the success that it is. Thank you guys so much. All right, moving back on over to the main scene. You have survived all the way to the end. Hey, you're taking off, Kylo? Take care, man. And I see that we just got a follow from Vondredge. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. That's a follow on Twitch and on YouTube. Thank you. That's the right way, folks. Appreciate it. All right, let's see who's live, both on Twitch and YouTube. Let's do right by the people and raid out. Thing category, who's live? Far too early for Fatal, yeah? Oh boy. All right. Well, why don't we go to somebody brand new? Because I've raided into Bones fairly recently. He's got a few viewers. Striker I've raided before. I want to give somebody who's got just nothing. Why don't we go to Ruinous 101? So we'll get ready to we'll start up that raid over there. And then here, let's get the redirect ready. Add Galaxy. What is this whole? Up. Hey, Ruinous 101's live over there too. He's simulcasting just as well then, yeah? All right. Raid is live. 45 viewers ready to raid out. Wow, we had a great viewership here today. Thank you everybody for showing up. Hopefully things are going to go well for me for the rest of the week. And hopefully they're not both erodiings. I'll let you guys know on Discord where we stand. But again, thank you for tuning in to today's stream. And until next time, it's been real. It's been awesome. Been real awesome. Take care.